My dear students, today I am going to discuss determination of viscosity of liquids by Oswald viscometer. In the previous video, we understood the meaning of viscosity and we derived the mathematical expression for viscosity coefficients and SI units. So now I am going to explain determination of viscosity of liquid by using Oswald viscometer method. In this method, Oswald viscometer is the device which is used to measure the viscosity of the liquids. So before going to know the experimental part, you must know the relationship between the rate of flow of liquid through capillary tube at constant pressure and at time and pressure and viscosity coefficient. This relation was first proposed by Pauzele. This is given by, so eta is equal to pi into p r to the power of 4 t divided by 8 into L into V, where eta is the viscosity coefficient, pi is a constant, P is a pressure, R is the radius of the capillary tube, and T is the time taken by the liquid to move from the two reference point. L is the length of the capillary column, and V is the volume of the liquid which is occupied by the capillary column. Then we also know that the pressure of the fluid is equal to height of the capillary column and into density into acceleration due to gravity. So G is the acceleration due to gravity, D is the density, and H is the height of the liquid capillary column. So consider this is equation number 1 and substitute the value of P in this equation. So we are going to get a new equation. So that is N is equal to H dg into pi r to the power of 4 into T divided by 8L into V is equal to, and if you further simplify, so we are going to simplify in such a way that, so in this equation, except D and T, except density of the liquid and time taken by the liquid to passes through two reference point, all the terms are constant. For example, here H is the height is constant. That means in the instrument, the height of the capillary column is constant, and G is also constant. It is acceleration due to gravity, pi, and the radius of the capillary tube is constant, and length of the capillary and volume of the liquid which is filled in the capillary, it is also a constant. Only the density and time is varies, because so viscosity, if viscosity is more, it is going to take more time to travel through a pipe, through a capillary tube. If the density is less, so it easily flow and less time is enough to flow between two reference point. And dear student, this is a viscometer. You just observe here properly. This is a very simple apparatus which is oftenly used in the laboratory. So there is a digital viscometer also there, but this is a manual viscometer. So in this viscometer, you observe here, it has two bulbs. So in the left, they are going to fix one capillary column, and they protect this capillary column by one glass tube around us. And here A and B are two reference point in which a liquid is passes from the top of this viscometer, and so when it reached to A, time is noted, and so the time taken by the liquid to move from the reference point A to B is noted, and several steps repeated, several trials are repeated in order to get a good value. So this is the formula. So this is the formula. Now we are going to, when we come to experimental part, so this is the relation which is used to identify. When we come to experimental part, in the experimental part, we are going to determine the viscosity coefficient of one liquid with the help of another reference liquid, with the help of another known liquid. For example, let us consider liquid 1 and 2. Here eta 1 is the viscosity coefficient of a liquid 1 and eta 2 is the viscosity coefficient of liquid 2. T1 is the time taken by the liquid to flow between the point AB, and T2 is the time of liquid 2, and D1 is the density of liquid 1 and D2 is the density of liquid 2. So as I told in the beginning, in this expression all the terms are constant except density and time. Then, so dear students, please write down the viscosity coefficient for liquid 1. If you write for liquid 1, so you are going to get that N1 is equal to D1 T1 into Hg pi r to the power of 4 divided by 8 into L into V. You write it separately. And for N2, so N2 is equal to D2 into T2 into Hg pi r to the power of 4 whole divided by 8 into L into V. So this is the equation you obtain. So after writing N1 and N2, divide N1 and N2. So we have taken equal volume is same. So when we take equal volume of two liquid passes through this viscometer, then if you take N1 divided by N2, so now you are written N1 N2 separately, and so N1 divided by N2 is equal to, so you are going to get this equation, that is Hd1 G pi r to the power of T1 divided by 8 into L into V. This is the N1, and N2 can be written as actually N2 is equal to Hd2 G pi r to the power of T2 divided by L into 8 L into V, but N2 is in the denominator, that's why, so we are going to written like this. Then in this equation, so then if you cancel the common term, 8 get cancelled, length get cancelled, V get cancelled, and height G pi r to the power of, so here also height G pi r to the power of 4 all are get cancelled, and finally we left with D1 T1 divided by D2 T2. So then the new equation is given by, so N1 is equal to D1 T1 divided by D2 T2 into N2. So this is the final expression, so which is used in the experiment to calculate viscosity coefficient of a liquid. That means here N1, not N1, so eta 1 is the viscosity coefficient of unknown liquid, D1 is its density, T1 it's the time taken by the liquid to flow between the reference point, D2 is the density of liquid 2, T2 is the time, and here eta 2 is the viscosity coefficient of another liquid 2. So here liquid 2 is the water. So we know the value of viscosity coefficient of water. So simply we are going to substitute here, and the value of T1 and T2 calculated with the help of experiment, and value of D1 density of liquid also calculated separately. So this is how we are going to conduct experiment. Dear student, this experiment is very simple. So in this experiment we are going to take two liquid. By using one liquid we cannot identify the viscosity coefficient. For that we need two liquid. One is unknown liquid, one is known liquid. We are going to take equal volume of two liquid, and the viscosity coefficient of one liquid is known and another one is unknown. And so that I written as eta 2, but T1 and T2 are unknown. Similarly D1 density and time both are unknown. Experimentally we are going to determine density and time. Okay, it can be determined as follows. It can be determined as follows. Okay, you just look at here, you observe this figure, you observe carefully here. So we are going to fill the liquid. we are going to take liquid 1 and liquid 2. So liquid is this unknown liquid, this is a known liquid. We know the value of N2, but we do not know the value of T2 time taken by the liquid and its density. We are going to calculate it experimentally. So we have to calculate only eta 1 here. So you just observe here, dear students. Here first we are going to take the liquid and we are going to fill the liquid to this viscometer, and we are allowed to flow through this viscometer. As soon as you allow, when the liquid reaches A, we are going to start the stopwatch. You observe in the figure carefully. When it reaches to point A, we are going to start the stopwatch. When it reaches to B, we are going to stop, and we are going to note down the time taken by the liquid to flow from the reference point A to B. So we are going to repeat this for the same liquid. We are going to do 2 more trials, and finally we are identify the concordant value, correct value, and similarly we are going to repeat the same for the known liquid. So with this experiment, so we are calculated T1 and T2, and by using density bottle we are going to calculate density of the liquids, that is by measuring volume and its mass. So by using weighing balance we can measure the mass of the liquid, and we can measure the mass by using suitable calibrated device. If you know the mass and volume, so if you divided the mass by volume, it will give the density. So now we have calculated the density D1 and D2, and we have calculated the time by using viscometer. That means the viscometer experiment is very simple. In this experiment, what we are going to do is just we are measuring the time taken by the liquid to flow from to reference point, or at particular distance. There is a fixed distance. In that distance it must flow from one point to another point. We are going to measure the time. Here time is very important. Why? Because the viscosity, if viscosity is more, it takes more time. If viscosity is less, so it takes very short time. That's why we are measuring time, and also we are measuring density. If you measure the density and time of 2 liquids, and so we know the viscosity coefficient of water, usually we are going to take water as a reference liquid and reference liquid. So then by using the formula, so eta 1 is equal to d1 t1 divided by d2 t2 into eta 2. So this is how. So if you know, just in the experimental part, what we are going to do is just we are going to measure d1 and t1 and d2 and t2, and n2 is already known. Then after substituting the value, so in this equation, so you are going to get the viscosity coefficient of unknown liquid. So this is how we are going to measure the viscosity of a liquid. Dear student, once again, the measurement of viscosity by using this Oswald viscometer is very simple. We are going to take 2 liquids, liquid 1 and liquid 2. Liquid 1 is unknown liquid, so that is the sample. Liquid 2, we know the viscosity coefficient, but we do not know the time and density. So we are going to measure the time and density of both the liquids. We are going to measure the time by using Oswald viscometer, and we are going to measure Oswald viscometer. That's first we are going to sucking the solution, and then we are allow the liquid to pass through this viscometer. Then we are going to measure the time between A, B, and we are going to measure the density by knowing its mass, that is by weighing and by measuring the volume in a calibrated device. If you know the mass and volume, you can easily calculate density. If you know density and time, you can easily calculate eta 1, that is viscosity coefficient of liquid. So next class I am going to discuss factor affecting on viscosity coefficient and some numerical problems.